Hello, cyberspace. It is I, Terracin, your favorite cyber bitch here. And tonight's title is The Musketeers. Roxy's here. Roxy!
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Who's Roxy?
Of course, my brother goes, who's Roxy? You met her when you were down here.
First time.
The first time.
Well, we got the replay going on.
Dude, I have mine muted.
It ain't me.
There's only one other culprit.
I'm at the stove.
Dude, what?
I'm at
Okay.
the stove.
Too bad. Mute your shit ahead of time.
Oh,
You know, I
man.
couldn't rip myself out of the documentary.
The fuck?
I watched a Flat Earther documentary.
Yeah, we were just talking about it before.
I'm sure
It's
you
pretty
lost
wild.
many IQ points.
Huh?
I said, good for you. I'm sure you lost many IQ points.
Actually, I enjoyed it, how funny it was.
Again, you still lost IQ points because you paid attention to flat earthers. Yeah, there really are people that still believe in flat earth.
Oh, I know.
I need you to
Yeah,
get
they're great.
closer.
What?
There we go. That way the
The
microphone.
can you hear me? Yeah. Forget.
How could you not like flat earthers? They're awesome.
They're fucking retarded.
Oh, I love flat earthers. I have fun talking to them the same way I have fun
Okay,
talking
dude,
to the Scientologists.
More than fucking psycho liberals.
Yeah, I know. It's fun talking to them. The same way it's fun talking to the Scientologists because you can always steer them with their conversation to, like, eventually, like, the Walt Simonson run on tour.
Scooby,
Yo,
Cody's nushing on my blanket again.
don't you love that I taught you that word? It does fit, doesn't it? It fits so perfectly.
It does.
Fits. Yeah.
See, look at this.
That's too funny. Oh, wow.
He does that to my pajama pants too and puts holes in them.
Oh, that's nice. Pop up.
Yeah.
I have a new pair of Pikachus.
Oh, great.
Yeah, see what he's doing, that's what we call nushing.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, that's the term that we have for it. Oh,
Nice.
hello, Peanut. Go ahead. You can go out. Oh, he's such a good doggy.
See, he's nushing.
Yeah.
I don't see much.
That's my blanket. You have your own. There he is. Such a cute boy.
I love how Patches sticks his head out the freaking curtain for a drink of water like Merv Griffin. Yes, Patches, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, he knows we're talking about him. Don't you?
Yeah.
Look at that tail go. Look at that tail. Don't hurt.
Go ahead. Go ahead out.
He's a cute boy. He's a sweetness. Yeah. You gotta quit nushing on my blanket though. Seriously, dude. Stop nushing on it. I walked you. I fed you. Is this you all happy and content? That tail just go.
And she didn't name the dog Thumper. Why?
You look so tired, buddy. Is you tired? Is you tired? I don't know why. You've been sleeping all day. Okay, enough of the video of the dog. Even though
Why? He's adorable.
ratings. Let's see. So I'm working on making a cover or a thumbnail for one of my streams. But I have to find the right thing. I already snagged a couple. I don't want to really, say what I'm doing on air because it's going to be fucking hilarious.
When you post it. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Either that or just turn it into a meme. Seriously?
Well, it's either way, it's going to be good, and it's going to be entertaining to see. So I can't wait to see it myself.
Holy hell.
So what's going on?
That
Anything
is what I
interesting?
think it is, isn't it?
I think so too. Wow.
Oh, what am I missing?
I can't show it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fine, tell me later.
I will say this. It's what your family eats.
Oh, so you're looking at hentai? Gotcha.
No, not looking at anything. Just looking at something else. It's part of the either thumbnail or meme I'm gonna make.
Cookie dough gelato.
What?
Cookie dough gelato. Italian ice cream.
Yeah.
No. That's
on
all.
close.
That's all Scooby.
Not even close.
You're right. That's all Scooby.
Of course, I think the other day he was baking cookies with peaches.
No, I wasn't baking cookies with peaches.
Oh, look, it's the Hulk.
Well, the Hulks anyway.
Oh, good God.
Oh my God.
It was funny how both you and your wife are nicknamed after food.
Oh my God.
How am I nicknamed after food?
Cookie dough.
Okay.
That's not my nickname. At least not in polite company.
Yeah, well, I'm very rarely in polite company.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, I'm sharing this.
Polite company tends to be boring.
Okay.
Yeah, true that.
So people that are able, please go and look in Harley's Funhouse in Naughty Pics in just a moment. Wow.
Looking what?
Harley's Funhouse, Naughty Pics.
One can only imagine.
Oh my. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look now. I'll look in the morning.
No. You want to look now? You're gonna fucking love it.
Oy vey.
Yeah, right. Anyway, yeah.
Let me see.
Okay, you are gonna love it.
All right.
I don't see anything. What's so funny?
Well, she's putting it on now. It takes a minute. And there you go. It is live.
Enjoy.
Sadly, that's the naughtiest thing I've seen so far.
Hmm.
And this wasn't naughty pics. It's just chicks in bikinis.
You hear Scooby? He's starting to laugh.
Yeah.
What'd I tell you?
Never mind, I just found some Asians.
Too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
The topic of the night.
no,
Too
it's
funny.
not the topic of the night. With my shows, it's fucking random.
Yeah. Well, that is
But
random.
I had to snag it first and share it, share the glory of what I found with everyone.
Yeah.
So for whoever's listening, if you're in Funhouse, please go over to my naughty pics
Oh my gosh.
and enjoy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Scooby,
Yeah.
what did you do today?
What's up?
What did you do today?
Oh, usual. Just spread some mirth and good cheer.
I spent 1,000,000 hours in a car and a plane and a car and a plane.
That sucks.
I feel like I just worked for 8 hours, even though I've done nothing all day.
And I drove all the way down there to pick her up.
Yeah.
That really sucks. I'm sorry, guys.
Airport, 2 hours on a plane, 2 hours in a car. I think I did my deed for the day.
Yeah, let me think. What did I do? Took my wife to the blood doctor. Couple other things.
Yeah, that's what I get to spend my whole most of my whole vacation doing.
Sarah, don't you recognize the one I sent?
Yes, I do recognize it as your fucking laptop background.
Yeah, the one that you said was jizz covered.
There was a different one.
That's
No, it wasn't a different one.
That's too funny. Oh. Yeah, so let me think. Did I do anything else constructive today? Talked on the phone, argued with lawyers, that sort of shit. You know, nothing,
Same thing, different day.
yeah, I was gonna say nothing that put a smile on my face. That's, you know.
Many lawyers do. Oh my. Oh, wow.
I'm so glad I left the Discord. I can imagine what pictures you two are dueling with at this point.
No, you didn't enjoy this one.
You got to go look at it, Scove.
Oh God! All right, hold on.
I think this is gonna be a day of random pictures.
Oh, good God!
Tonight, Russian roulette.
Oh, great! Now I gotta
I'm
leave
getting
this room
so
because
tired of seeing the rainbow every fucking where on social media.
Oh no, that one's for my something specific. Remember, because it's gonna go along with this one, Scooby, and you got to see this.
Hmm.
It's gonna go with.
I get it.
Oh, it.
Oh, good God!
I has plans, evil plans.
Taking over the world?
No, not quite.
Oh.
You know what that made me think of? The popsicles that you would get off of the ice cream truck.
The ones with the sayings on them, or the riddles, or whatever?
No, the really big one that looked like a rocket ship. It was
Yeah, the
almost
rocket pop.
Yeah, the rocket pop.
Yeah, the rocket pop. It had the same color pattern like that.
Yeah, with the different colors, yeah.
Those things, they were like trying to make sure that your teeth fell out of your head.
Yeah. Taste every sugar layer you can find.
Yeah. You know, I have nothing against gay people or the gay movement with all their letters. But I do have a problem with them with their fucking rainbows and their unicorns. That's some cultural appropriating shit, you know. When I was a kid, because my mother's 100% Irish, you know, um, like that's Celtic, you know, rainbows and unicorns. I mean, next they're gonna be taking leprechauns and pots of gold. It just bothered me because you know when I was a kid in the '80s, you know, unicorns and rainbows was still, you know, not I don't want to say like metal, but you know, like they were still
Yeah, they were
utilizing.
for fun, not like had a purpose.
Well, do you know the legend about the unicorn?
I know a bunch of them. Yeah.
Well, like the one I'm familiar with, the unicorn is is a badass. Like it's apparently the unicorn will run through anything with its horn, except for a virgin. Only a virgin could tame the unicorn.
Yeah,
Oh
they're the only things that can catch it.
You've read the story of the Babadook, right? You've seen the movie.
What? Which movie?
It's a Babadook.
Oh my.
What's a Babadook?
Oh, wow.
There's a book and a movie on a book I read as a child, and it was fucking creepy. And then there's a movie on Netflix called The Babadook. Well, with what I'm looking through, there's a version of the rainbow, only it's all black, of the Babadook.
All right, what is that?
What is what?
I'm not saying the name of that thing because of my accent. It's gonna sound really funny.
Yeah.
That's the best part. You ruined it.
Say it.
Do it.
Por favor.
Nah, I'm good.
Shit.
Por favor.
You know, the funny part is everyone says my accent is fake. And I'm afraid to say certain words because of how stupid they sound when I say them.
Por favor.
No, don't make me do it. How do you say it? Say it for me.
Babadook.
Wait, you all said it at the same time. I didn't hear it.
Babadook.
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 Babadook. Okay,
Yep.
got it. Okay, there you go.
You son of a bitch!
Let's take it or else.
Say faster.
Well, I do what you wanted. So what's it about now?
It's a story about this monster that will cause your mother to go insane and kill you if you're a bad child.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, so that's what happened to Mom.
That's lovely.
No, what happened to your mom is the Babadook didn't get a chance to finish the job because it also makes you like kill yourself.
Yeah, I tend to try to stay away from shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I was a kid, all the stuff that was coming out in the movie theaters, because it was the 80s, so it was the horror movie craze, and it was the action movie craze. So, yeah, everything was like all explosions and death and all that sort of shit. So, I really, yeah, wow, that's crazy. I'm glad that's one I missed. Because I'm thinking about it, the shit that my parents put me in front of, you know, like put in front of me. You know, I know a lot of parents that still make the same mistake, and they say the same thing to me. Oh, well, it was animated, so I just figured it was for children.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
what
can-
every animations for children.
I can think of the laundry list of movies that I saw as a child that like traumatized me. Watership Down.
I love that movie.
Well, now, you know, it's a masterpiece looking back on it, you know, but 36 years ago, Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. What else? Let me think. I'm trying to think of other movies like that they let me watch. Just like they would let me watch all this Japanese anime that was on the Disney Channel because Disney also did not screen anything back then. They would make sure there was no nudity. Actually, even then, I should say there was a few of their movies that they let slip until they got a phone call, I guess.
Wait, what movie?
Oh, I don't remember. I'm talking about shit back in the 80s.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm talking like 1985, 86.
okay.
Yeah, just look up any Japanese anime that had nudity back then that wound up on the Disney Channel. I'm sure you can find it. And no one sued back then. It was one of those things where it was people were actually a little bit more tame. They didn't turn into complete savage animals until Clinton became president. You know, that's when everyone started with the lawsuits. You know, in the 80s, shit was still fun.
Yeah.
If I sound like slow tonight, it's because I'm really tired. I had a long day.
Shit.
I know you guys had a long day too and a tiring day. I can sympathize is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I've been going nonstop since 5 a.m.
About the same for me.
I mean it's
always fun.
It's 10:26 here now. I don't know what time it is in Florida because of the time zone difference, but
Oh, fuck off.
Same time.
Oh, they love fucking with me.
it's because her crazy governor decided he was going to give them their own time zone.
Oh, no. He's no longer governor.
Well, he did it while he was governor.
Now in fucking Congress.
Whatever. The former governor. The point is the crazy bastard turned around and said, okay, we're going to get our own time zone. And you know what? Hey, fucking A, good for him. More power to your state. That's why I like your state.
It's worked so well. We're still in a different.
Well, I need this one. It has bats all over it.
Scooby, do you think that governor was thinking ahead of his time or our time?
Depends on how you look at it.
That's what I'm asking.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you this much. He was definitely a legend in his own time.
You guys are going to hell.
All in due time.
Which part?
You're just jealous that you're still in there. You can't be so clever about it either.
I don't fuck.
You get all upset. You know I actually want to move to your state. I don't know why you take it so personal. But seriously, it's like what all New Yorkers do. Eventually, when we make it to 40, it's like a natural instinct kicks in, and we follow the call. And you know,
what else is new? Get sick of the heat, so we want to trade places. It's our lives. What we do. You snowbirds come down, and we go up. That's life. That's how it works.
No, I'm not thinking of doing. I don't know. I might do the snowbird thing. You know, I don't think I could stay there all year. I think it would probably depress me. I'd miss New York too much, so I think I'd have to come back up here.
That's what
when the weather.
And they come down for summer or winter, and then they go up for the summer. That's how snowbirds work.
I think I might do that myself.
A coined term for snowbirds.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know what it means.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I could afford doing that.
Sure. Just hitch a ride. You got this.
Yeah, right. I'd have to see that Chinatown bus. I got to see if they got one that runs all the way to Miami. As long as I got a comfortable pillow, I can sleep through anything.
Well, there you go. Never know.
Yeah.
Hey, Scooby, do you know what the BBC needs?
What?
A Florida Time Lord.
Scooby snack.
He gets it plenty.
I figured he would.
He gets picked on about that name all the time by us.
What?
Well, they can't help it.
Oh, you were saying that Scooby snacks.
Yeah. It's like just like it's just gonna be that way forever.
It's fine.
Everybody's, I'm sure, says that.
I don't really talk to people anymore like I used to. You know, when I was younger, there was a lot more people I talked to. I don't go out as much because pretty much everyone I know is dead. From around here, anyway.
I'll say we ain't dead.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons I started streaming. It was actually due to all the shit that was going on in my neighborhood, and I started meeting people on here and started talking to different people, and had a pretty decent run at first. Have hit a lot of bumps along the way.
You had a run of us? I see how it is. All right, I'll remember that.
I was saying I hit a lot of bumps recently, a lot of bad snags and snafus. Apparently, I pissed off the Get Along gang with the thinnest skin on the face of the planet. So, I just did. You can see Tara was showing you earlier. She was just, it's been nonsense, just a bunch of nonsense, and
You gotta ignore the nonsense.
that's what I've been saying. But the problem is a lot of the other people that I've talked to on here. I guess I am not familiar with this internet culture. Because people are horrified that other people are upset. Oh, well, they've come up to me and said that they're going to ostracize me. I'm like, well, like, as in, like, the fucking ancient Romans, and the ancient Greeks, like, they're going to fucking put all their names on a fucking tablet, put it in a hat, and when they draw it, like, okay, we got enough votes, you're out of here. They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, this is fucking Orwellian. But
who cares what other people think? Really, I mean,
I don't particularly. That's the problem.
They're the ones who've got their own insecurities, in my opinion.
Well,
they have nothing better to do in their life. I'm sorry, but to be the way they are, and they probably do it to get a kick out of it because they know it gets a rise out of everybody.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? What's happening?
Let's hope shit stays chill. I put out a few fucking fires. Let's hope nobody fucking gets their panties in a wad.
What does the fuck?
That's good.
What are we talking about?
Randomness.
Randomness?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're still on the random pages of random.
Yeah. No real, I honestly, usually I look up the news and pick things up so we can go over things for the evening.
Pick a topic for a minute.
Yeah, go nuts.
Stop. Go.
Let me see what is happening in the world while you're picking topics.
Ow.
Let me see. Oh yeah, did you hear about Luke Perry?
What happened to him? I saw Dean Cain said he was praying for him.
He had a stroke.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait, who had a stroke?
Luke Perry.
Who's that?
The guy that was on 90210.
Okay, I don't know that.
Don't feel bad. Neither do I.
He played the bad boy on 90210.
Yeah.
And Doherty's love interest.
And apparently this young actress, Lisa Sheridan, passed away.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
She was on Invasion and Halt and Catch Fire.
Still don't know. Don't care.
I swear to God, I just heard Navi say, hey, listen.
Yeah, that's my phone's messenger tone.
That's what I thought. Okay. I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was having some kind of weird acid flashback of playing fucking Ocarina of Time as a kid. I don't know.
Well, damn, if I knew that, I would have kept quiet.
Make me feel old. Ocarina of Time came out when I was in college.
I fucking played that bitch. I had the gold cartridge of Ocarina of Time on N64. Fucking damn straight. That's my jam. It's my favorite franchise of video games is The Legend of Zelda.
I started playing Legend of Zelda, I think. When did it come out? 86? 85? I forget.
I'm not sure, but the first Legend of Zelda was an arcade game.
Yeah, over in Japan, and then it came to NES.
Yep.
We got NES. I think it came to the States, and I want to say 83. December of 83 it came to the States, because I'm pretty sure that's when we got it. Maybe 84. I forget which. I want to say 84. So, yeah, we got Nintendo. And, oh, God, I remember that fucking game. And I remember Zelda. I used to play that game so much. I could probably, if you threw it in front of me right now, I could probably play the whole first level. You know, just all I need was the red and blue candles and the bombs, and I could find like every secret door.
And the Sega Sonic. That was my jam.
We didn't get a Sega. My father said, "You have a Nintendo. Be happy with that."
Yeah. Well, it's funny because my grandfather and I would play Mario and Duck Hunt, and my grandmother liked the Sonic, so that's why we got both, because I was playing one with one with the other.
My brother, when I lucked out, my brother moved back in.
You know, that's how that rolls.
Yeah. When my brother moved back in, that's when all of a sudden they came out games. We got a lot more shit. That's when I got a Sega Genesis. I got a Super Nintendo. I got a TurboGrafx 16. Because my brother moved back in, and then, he's just started buying systems. And
yeah. And that's how my house is right now. I've got just about everything.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have children.
Yeah, she has two of them.
My husband counts.
A few of my friends, that's what I'd go over their house and they'd have like the entertainment shelf, and I'm looking and I see like they got the Neo Geo, they got the Sega Saturn, they got the TurboGrafx, they got the ColecoVision, they got a Nintendo. I'm looking at them like, really? And like, what? I'm like,
modern ones though. We have the PlayStation, the Xbox One, the Switch. I mean, all that other.
I have a Switch, I have an Xbox One, and I have a fucking laptop. And quite frankly, I can get everything done with those three things.
Yeah.
Because anything older than the PS3, and I can fucking play it from ROM. Because I don't give a shit. Watch me not care.
Right.
The last system I actually got that I bought from my own accord was probably a PlayStation 1. Probably when I was back in college, because they came out when I was in college, I believe, either college or high school. What year did PlayStation 1 first come out? I don't remember.
I'm horrible with years.
All right, because I started college. I took a year off. I was supposed to start in 97, but I took a year off and I started fall 98. So, and I remember people were already playing PlayStation at that point. Because I remember in high school it was still Sega Saturn, and not Sega Saturn, Sega CD. Sega CD. I think Sega came out with Saturn, but that was it.
Sega Saturn. First it's Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega CD, and then Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, I was trying to remember Dreamcast.
No, the Dreamcast I think was a little bit before the CD. It was.
Nope,
I think it was
the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's the thing, right? I get bored of modern video games, and here's why. Older video games, there was enough visual information there to give you the idea of what was going on. You filled in the rest with your imagination.
Yeah.
When you were playing a game, it was a fucking story, and you had to fill in the blanks a little bit, and that was fun. Now, as graphics and everything get better, and it seems like it's more about fucking, which system has the best graphics, which games have the best graphics, and less about the actual story. That depresses me.
and all about shooting everything in the planet. Literally. Shoot.
Well, no. Let's even talk about Breath of the Wild on the Switch.
I was about to suggest that one.
Yeah.
It's that's not at all a shooting game, but I feel like the story is a second thought.
Yeah, which it is.
Whereas why Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, the original Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, the GBA games, GBC games, all of them were story first.
Yeah.
And then the new bells and whistles.
Right. It's all about the graphics. Some of it is about, how better can they get Call of Duty? Stuff like that.
The Call of Duty's been using the same goddamn engine for years.
Yeah.
They haven't changed the engine. I don't know why. They're selling essentially the same game with a different gimmick. Yeah. There's not even, the story's a second thought now, and that is depressing. And that's
everything.
It's like the same game with maybe a few new guns.
Yeah. So that's why I sit in front of my Xbox, I sit in front of my Switch, and I get bored easy. I go to my laptop and I start loading ROMs, and I'm fucking there for days.
Yeah. It's so sad anymore. They just could care less about stuff. It's like they quit. And we're done.
A game series I like that was pretty much cut off when they made the 5th game is the Breath of Fire series. But once they put out Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, that was it. That literally killed the following of it, because that game was fucking impossible to beat.
Good example of games that have kept the story first mentality is Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
I've never played them. I never had an interest.
I would suggest it only because in an era of games where it's not story first, Kingdom Hearts puts story first.
Yeah, and I like it. I haven't played it well, but from after playing some of it, I did really appreciate it.
Well, all I have is a PS2, and I don't recall Kingdom Hearts coming on PS2.
It did.
Yeah, I remember it on there.
Yep, it did.
I had a few people who they disappeared for a few weeks because they were playing that, and they didn't want to admit to anyone what they were doing, so we all thought they were on drugs.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted to admit they were playing a Disney game.
Exactly.
Well, fucking for a Disney game, god damn it, it'll pull at your fucking heartstrings, and fucking damn, dude, it's a good game. Like, Disney has this connotation of cutesy, kids cartoons. Kingdom Hearts is fucking rough with some of the themes involved there. Loss, death, fucking revenge, hatred. Like, some of those themes are fucking not kid friendly. No, but it's presented in such a way that it is safe for all ages. That's the very cool thing about it.
Yeah, they do it in such a way that it's like every age can get something out of it, it seems like.
Yep. As a kid, you might enjoy the whimsical, comedy in it. As an adult, you're sitting there going, holy shit, this is dark. This is good.
Got it.
I never got the chance to get into it. It's just one of those things. It was unfortunate for me. In my 20s, I was so busy just working on my career. I didn't have time to play video games. And then most of my 30s, I was injured and spending most of my time going to doctors and lawyers and going back to college. And I just haven't gotten a chance really to get back into games like I was into games in the 90s and the 80s,
I'll tell you, Kingdom Hearts is a good way to get back in, because it's modern graphics with story first driven fucking themes.
I've played like the God of War franchise and Prince of Persia. Like, I'm good at games like that. I've seen Kingdom Hearts. It's just I have a very visceral hatred of Disney, hence this Avatar. It's I can't get.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like Disney. They're into social engineering. It's like some Pink Floyd The Wall shit.
But I grew up on it, so I like it.
I couldn't be fucked to care. It's a good game. That's my mentality.
Oh, no, I know. I just, it's because I'm getting older. I have a problem with Disney, so it clouds my It gives me a bias, for lack of a better term.
I got you.
I just can't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everybody talks to their opinion, you know.
Yeah, it's after what they've done to Marvel and Star Wars, and you know what it was when Michael Eisner left. Now you gotta remember, I grew up on Disney too. Like when I say to people I don't like Disney, that's the first thing people say to me is they grew up on Disney.
Your Eisner era though, you're fucking, alien extraterrestrial encounter fucking era of Disney.
Basically. And that's what I'm saying. As soon as Eisner left is when they started changing formats. It's when everything changed. It's when, all these leftists came in on their board and they started pushing all this crazy shit. They started changing everything.
Well,
They took over.
Eisner was a fuck up. Don't get it wrong. Eisner fucked up bad in a lot of things. But he took Disney at its core, what Walt wanted, and fucking just took off with it. Like, he did not stop. He was like, fuck it, dude. We're going to make this shit fun. And that's what made Eisner good and bad at the same time. Because, he was taking heavy risks with shit. Alien Extraterrestrial Encounter was one of the prime examples of something that Eisner did that was both equally well-received and well-hated. And then well-missed. When they went from the Extraterrestrial Encounter to the Lilo and Stitch fucking thing, oh my god, the shitstorm and the celebration at the same time was immense.
Yeah, I remember. They just changed so much shit once they took over, and once he was gone, and the one biggest thing you see is the metamorphosis that's happened in comic books over the years, and it was funny with Gamergate. I found out about it. I stumbled upon Gamergate by accident, just because I've always been a D&D fan. And from what I understand, the game that was affected by all of this, the one that triggered the Gamergate thing to begin with, if I'm not mistaken, it was actually a game based off of Dungeons and Dragons fiction. So I just thought that was, comical, the irony. Because I was looking into the game when I had heard it came out, and then all of a sudden it got all this backlash, and it just so happened to be the same time I started to be looking into going into the internet, in this capacity, was the same time that all this shit started to go on. And it wasn't anything I had any interest in, though. I only got interested in doing the YouTube thing because myself and Burnside had started speaking on Minds.com and had met up down in DC at Moore. And the next 6 minutes actually tapped us on the shoulder while we were down in Moore and asked us if we were interested in, coming on and telling him and his streaming group about Moore. And we said, sure, no problem. And it just went from there, basically.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I came along later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop out and go fuck off on some other streams that are going on. I fucking love how I am though. I'm gonna be honest real quick. We're gonna bring this up. When you get to the point where people expect you to just do whatever it is you want to do, it's fantastic. Because I can be on one stream with one person who hates another person and go hop on their stream. It's great. And nobody fucking bats an eye at me because they know I just don't fucking care. That's what I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not YouTube people. I show up and I make jokes. That's what I do. That's my fucking life goal.
Well, in case you didn't notice from talking to me the past couple of days, I'm pretty much the same way, and that's part of the reason I'm disliked is I don't kiss brass rings.
Well, that's the thing is you even called me for being on Addie's stream, and what was my response? Yeah, and?
I just asked you because that's the first time I'd ever seen your avatar. Like, I had seen it, and I said, okay.
I'll fucking clown on one person and go to their stream and clown on the other person. Why? Because it's fucking funny, and if we can't laugh at ourselves, what the fuck's the point?
Well, yeah, no, I agree with you, but that's the whole thing. Is apparently everyone around here they can't handle that. That's part of the reason I stopped talking to a lot of people and just stuck to streaming with the people I stream with because,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I can't deal with all the Fabergé eggs and all the hurt feelings.
Yeah. I piss on the hurt feelings. I love when someone gets uppity with me because I'm like, look, bitch, I do what the fuck I want. If you don't like it, piss off. Kick fucking rocks.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but you know what happens is I get hit up like by a couple of different people like, "Yo, can you please stop because everyone's bothering me." And that's the thing that I get upset about is they go and bother other people because no one says a word to me. You know what I'm saying? They all go after other people because I don't know what it is. It's like the sound of my voice. If I raise my voice, their head's gonna explode or something. If I could do that trick, I wouldn't pay taxes. Seriously.
Right? Fucking right. No, but that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's the difference between you and me is you have a channel. I don't. I don't have people for them to go bother. You know what I
True,
mean?
true. You got to get yourself a channel. That's why.
Fuck that. Why do that when I can sit and do what I enjoy doing, which is going stream to stream and fucking having a good time? I'm at work right now, but if I was at home, I'd be pissed drunk right now. Going stream, I'll be fucking stream surfing and just clowning on everyone. When this whole fucking suit server, we make fun of Cog all the time. We fucking love Cog. We don't hate him, but
Yeah.
we'll make memes about him and joke about him and fucking do it on open air. Why? Because he knows we're just joking.
Yeah.
He knows me well enough to know when I go, got him. He knows I'm joking. It's not
Well,
a fucking
I don't.
big deal.
Yeah, I don't know if you were listening before. Like we were.
No, I
busting
wasn't.
Ter-
I just popped straight in.
All right, we were busting Tara's balls about Florida because a few months ago, her former governor decided out of the clear blue sky that he was going to give them their own time zone.
Oh my god, that fucking snake! I hate him.
Yeah. So,
Mind you, I lived in Florida. I fucking hate that motherfucker.
well, your former state got its own time zone for a minute. So we were, but every once in a while, whenever we get the opportunity, we fly into Florida time zone joke at Tara's expense.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, how's that Conch Republic, Tara? I hope you understand. I'm originally from Homestead, Florida. I used to go to the Conch Republic. My grandmother lived in the Conch Republic. She liked that shit.
No, I live in the swamp, thank the gods.
Fucking swamp people out there fucking the gators and shit.
All the more reason you need Trump to drain it.
Watch out for the teeth. All right, guys. I love you guys. I'll be back or I won't. I don't know yet. It depends on what I'm doing.
You got it. Have a great night. If not, I'll see you in a little bit.
See ya.
Yep, laters. I don't know. I think I'd like living in Homestead, Florida, because isn't that where all the orange juice groves are?
Close to it. Yeah. In a town called Bradenton, Florida, is where the Tropicana plant is, and the entire fucking town smells like rotten oranges.
Oh, that's nasty. Rotten oranges. I thought you were going to say like orange cleaner or something.
No, it smells like rotten oranges because they don't dispose of the peels and all right. That's what the peels and all get soft, and that's what they use to make like the orange glow cleaner and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to let them rot a little bit.
Oh, that's nasty. I figured it would smell like the orange glow cleaner because if you go to Hershey, Pennsylvania, apparently it stinks like chocolate.
I can't drink Tropicana orange juice, Tropicana anything anymore.
Why? Just from living over there because of the smell?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What I smell is rotten oranges. What I taste is rotten orange juice.
I can honestly attest to that because one of the things that makes my stomach turn whenever I see it is I'm not saying this knocking them because they're in the state and they're a local company and they make actually quality products. It's nothing against their products, but my stomach turns anytime I see anything from the Genesee Brewing Company of Utica, New York. because I lived up there for a short period of time, and I lived right over by the Genesee Brewery, and it fucking stunk because of they were brewing beer. And I don't know if you guys know, but they're using like wheat and hops and barley and oats and rice and all sorts of different things to make different beers, and it fucking smells.
Yeah, it does.
And in the winter time, because it's like up in the Arctic, like in the ice belt, it is up. It's Arctic up there. I even was joking. I said, "Are we up high enough to get polar bears?" And the locals would scowl at me. But um, because of that, like Arctic cold front that's like pushing down from up north, the smell doesn't leave. It lingers. It's like getting pushed down because it comes out of the factory hot. So the air leaving is hot. So it has that hot, malted, fermented, disgusting locker room stench to it. It's just basically a funk in the air. That's why I always said Utica, New York is like hell, especially in the wintertime, because it has that. So it's a fucked up city because it has that. And the other thing it has is there's the Cutco Knife Company on the same street. And most of the buildings are old and Art Deco Gothic. They're beautiful, but it's like Gotham City. That's what we all used to call it. Everyone from down here, like where I live, that went up there, they called it Gotham City because of all the gargoyles on every corner of every building. And right over by the Cutco knife factory, I guess it's just because they're using some sort of chemical in the knives. The snow, like within about, I'd say an eighth of a mile in each direction from that freaking factory, especially right above the factory, the snow would come down fucking black.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So you got to understand, this place looked like hell because it had all these black buildings with gargoyles on it because they were made out of like wrought iron. And then they were covered with like black snow and black icicles. It was, yeah. And it stunk because of the beer. So I can't look at that beer because of that. It reminds me of this hellish place. Looking back on it, I think I should actually maybe one day go back up there in the wintertime, which to me sounds insane to even say. I can't believe I'm saying it, but just to videotape, because if it's still that bad, it's something that like the outside world's got to see. Like, I think I told you about that city, right? It's an abandoned city because they used to call it Sin City because it was the halfway point between Niagara Falls, I guess, and Manhattan. So they'd stop there.
To base the movie Sin City off of?
No, that's based on Basin City. I think it's either in Arizona or Nevada, someplace out there in
I
the.
know it's based on a comic book too.
Yes, Sin City by Frank Miller. My wife hated going to see that with me and going to see 300 with me because I was basically reciting the movie before the characters. Frank Miller is part of the reason I became a journalist. Seriously, Frank Miller, Denny O'Neil, and Hunter S. Thompson are the three influences that I cite that are the reasons I became a journalist. But you made me lose my whole train of thought. I'm sorry, because it's getting late.
You're good.
Thank you. I think I was telling you something about upstate New York. No, I don't remember. Fuck it, I lost it.
Some town that produces black snow.
Utica. Yeah, Utica. It was called Sin City because it's in the middle of the state, and it was the stop off for the mafia specifically. I guess when they were running between the border and Manhattan, they would stop in Utica. And so a lot of the industry and everything got built up around that. And when all of the industry left, besides the brewery and the knife company, and then the mafia left because when the FBI instituted the RICO Act and they said, "Oh fuck this, we're not doing this anymore." That's when they started going legit. that really killed the city. It took away everything because, I hate saying it, a lot of this shit was built on catering to these mobsters who would stop and live in their city. And if you go through at night, it's two of the things that a lot of people don't know about Utica is per capita, it's got more meth labs than anywhere else in the country, and it's got more drive-by shootings than anywhere else in the country.
All right, I'm gonna hop in on my phone because I gotta take Roxy home.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm sitting here at 31%.
Dun,
It's
dun,
okay, I have
dun.
6% on my phone. Phone is not going to last long.
Oh man, my head is
I'm
swimming.
streaming with you guys. Oh, you get to stream with them up until you get out the car.
Oh, the last that one?
Yep.
Oh, that's impressive.
Figure she has to mute, so now the thing what I'm doing gets really loud. Kelly, you're awfully quiet.
Sorry.
All good. Did you get that article I sent to you?
Didn't know it was sent to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you, I think, yesterday or the day before.
Oh, I don't know then.
Well, glad it wasn't urgent.
Well, no, I don't. I thought it was this article that you sent at a few minutes ago.
Okay, I'm on the phone now.
All right, cool.
Nintendo's holding a Pokemon themed direct tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What's that supposed to mean? What's the direct?
It's the hell out of me. That's why I sent it to you. I know you're into gaming.
Oh, we're not taking this car.
I would have sent it to Burnside, but he doesn't respond for like a week. Oh, man.
Holding a brief direct video presentation.
What the fuck are y'all looking at?
Something about Pokemon.
Yeah, I sent your brother an article because I can't open articles on my computer. It crashes it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bitch, get your other one set up.
I'd like to. I gotta talk to Burnside still. I will. Just give me a few
Well,
days.
guys, I'll take him a week to get it.
Well, I just gotta ask him. I got a few things I gotta ask him and run past him. CAD design systems I'm looking for, that sort of thing. That's what I'm most interested in doing right now. Because, like, right now, more than anything else, I got a few ideas I want to put down on paper, so to speak. So, take it from there.
Pokemon's making a new game, well, 2 new games, Sword and Shield. It'll be the 8th generation
So we're
of
gonna
Pokemon.
have Gladiator Pokemon?
I don't know. I know there's Pokemon species that look like a sword and a shield in one of the previous generations.
Well,
and what do you mean? So now we're going to have Gladiator Pokemon? Hasn't that been a thing from the start?
Yeah, Pokemon are for dueling.
Yeah, they're pretty much gladiators.
No.
Only in the manga
Pokemon
they play for keeps.
It's more like a cockfighting ring.
Well, in the manga they play for keeps because, like, I think Ash actually cut a Arbok in half.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I guess I'm just too old to appreciate it because when like Pokemon and Digimon and all that other shit came out, I was already in college. So
Now Digimon's actually more of the gladiator type. Pokemon is more like exotic cockfighting ring.
You know, Pokemon and Digimon actually killed a lot of shows because they were at war with each other.
you know what's funny? When I think I've said this before, Nia, when Magic the Gathering first came out, I was just past the age where it would have interested me because, you know, all the girls that we were in high school with all of a sudden developed and became women. So, you know, it was either junior high or high school, whenever year Magic came out, I forget. And when it first came out, we used to refer to it as this. I didn't come up with this name. This is one of the names I heard for it, was Dungeons and Dragons for retards. Because they took. I'm sorry, that's what they were calling it because it was Dungeons and Dragons.
I played both, so fuck you.
It was Dungeons and Dragons that had been compressed onto cards. That's the way they looked at it. So it was Dungeons and Dragons for retards because they couldn't figure out how to pick up a pencil and paper and dice. That's how they figured.
No, honestly, more of Dungeons and Dragons for retards would be fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh my god, I fucking hate Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I don't see why they bother calling it Yu-Gi-Oh anymore if Yu-Gi-Oh is no longer in it.
I guess, you know, it's just one of those things. I forget, there was like a few TV shows where after the main character left, they kept it named after the character for a while. The Hogan Family was like that. For the first, I think, 3 seasons, it was called Valerie's Family because Valerie Harper was the star, and she walked off, I think, middle of the first or second season. And it was in the contract they had to leave it named after her. And they said, why are we going to leave it named after this character who's no longer on the show?
Well,
You remember that?
At least you can collect different things. So even if you don't ever play, at least it was fun because it's collecting things too. So at least it was more than just one thing.
Oh, I try different things. I'm very open-minded. It's just I missed all of that stuff because it was, you know, like...
Did you ever play Pogs?
Yeah, that came out actually, I think, when I was in junior high.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I played Pogs. Up until the school banned them.
Yeah.
What it was is I went to a hillbilly middle school. I went to Mabane.
Yeah.
And what happened was a kid felt that they were gypped because, you know, they lost their fucking Pogs because we all played for keeps.
Yeah.
Except for me. I would sit there and, no, I'm not playing for keeps. You have no idea how I rode the fucking lawnmower for 2 weeks to get these Pogs. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We,
They were like,
oh God, I'm going to sound so horrible now. I feel bad saying this. I didn't go to a regular high school or a regular junior high. In junior high, I went to a specific room in the junior high that was separate than the rest of the place. It wasn't that as bad as when I was in high school. In high school, I went into this.
It was the room for the junior mafiosos.
No. What I was going to say was when I got into high school, they had us in a separate building, and this one was basically the last stop before.
Oh, so that one was for the up and coming mafiosos.
Yeah.
No, not mafioso. Because not everyone. There was a few Sicilians in there, but there was a lot of Germans. There was a lot of Irish. We had a couple of Haitians, a few Dominicans, a lot of Puerto Ricans, a couple of black kids.
Okay, so you had minions. It's okay.
Yeah.
But what it was I'm getting at was the high school. The high school I went to was called the ALC. that stood for the Alternative Learning Center. And what that was the last.
Sign language.
It was the last stop for where you went to before you went to Brenner. What Brenner was Juvie Hall. So where I was the last stop before Juvie Hall. So like when I was
what?
no,
That's not good.
that's what I'm trying to get at. The high school I went to was a really bad high school. It wasn't a normal high school. And so when I was in high school, you couldn't play any games like that. The only thing we really ever played was CeeLo, and that was it. And we played for cash.
That's okay. We did the Oregon Trail, and that was the only thing we got half the time, or Math Blaster, which was,
I fucking hated Math Blaster.
It was terrible. And the Oregon
Vietnam
Trail
deported
someone. You died.
Oh, I love playing Oregon Trail because it would let you put down different fucking ways that you be like, here lies so and so, and then you can put something down, and most people put how they died, dysentery, shit like that. I would put like, here lies Tara Sin. Fuck you all. And the game's like, you can't use that phrase. Please try again.
Yeah.
Here lies an Oregonian, died filling up the gas tank.
CeeLo is craps with 3 dice. That's what we used to play when I was in high. That's what I'm saying. When we were in high school, all we used to do, we used to sit in the corner of the class and gamble.
Play jacks.
Yeah, we weren't exactly. We weren't good kids, is what I'm getting at. We used to do some bad shit when I was in school, and yeah, like. That's what I'm saying. My high school experience, it wasn't like normal, like most normal people. Like I feel actually weird when I talk to people about it.
You're saying you're abnormal. Okay, I got it.
No, I had like a classical New York education is the best way to put it.
Got it. Not normal. Got it.
For around here, yeah. Once the weather starts getting nice, I got a camera now, so once the weather starts getting nice, I'm gonna be putting up videos, so you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see the different parts of the neighborhood in full bloom. It's gonna be fun.
Is it north, south, east, and west within the neighborhood? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna
some subclasses of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going all over. Basically, everywhere that there's going to be something popping. Like there's the one fair that's usually up over in Copiague. Guaranteed there's going to be a stabbing, but there's not a guarantee of a shooting. So that's always an if.
Oh, well, that's no fun. I thought they were supposed to go hand in hand. You stab and then you shoot.
No, not always.
No, you shoot, then you stab.
Oh yeah, she's right. It's shoot and stab. My bad.
The one festival by me, that's the one festival by me. There was I was working at the time in the pizzeria, and someone comes in and they like lock the door. I go, what's the matter? They said there's a knife fight in 7-Eleven next door. 11 people got stabbed so far. I go, oh, okay. Because we were right down the block from the train. So the kids would come in from all over, Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk, all over, and they would come to the festival. And I thank God it was just knives.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse. But that's just, it's typical, and that's part of the reason that I came, again, why I came on here was it's bad, and you don't hear nothing about it on the news. No one talks about it.
No, they pick and choose. If it's not interesting enough, I don't think they care. They're like, whatever.
I think 11 kids.
People die, they're like, meh.
I would think 11 people under the age of 15 getting stabbed would be enough to raise an eyebrow, but I didn't hear a word about it on the news. Yeah.
Apparently, it's like, well, whatever. Like,
yeah.
It's not good enough. We need something more entertaining. Doesn't matter that the family's lives are affected and everything around it, was affected. Nah. It's not
Mm-hmm.
good. It's so sad.
It really is. Well, that's this neighborhood for you. Yeah, I could sit here and tell you stories all night, but I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
No, I know. I had a pretty bad childhood in Miami, and it was pretty bad too. I'm glad for being in a different area of Florida where, at least I don't have all of that to deal with.
My childhood was actually very good. My childhood was good. It was just, I grew up with a very fatalistic outlook because the area itself was not bad. It was rough. You get a lot of bad things that happen here. People will just die. It just happens, and it's a big city, and bad shit happens in the big city. I hate saying it like that and sounding cold and callous. I mean,
area where it happened all the time. It's just the way it was. My mom was poor, and we just had to live with it.
One of the things.
Ages 5 and 6, I shouldn't be seeing the things that I saw. But
yeah.
Can I do? I'm just trying to survive myself. Survival of the fittest sometimes. Like the Hunger Games.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, bub?
Oh, not much. How about y'all?
Yeah, just chilling. What's going down? How you been?
Pretty good. Just a busy day today. I just walked in the friggin' door.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. I hope you got a lot of good productive shit accomplished.
Not really. I went out this morning.
It's pretending. It's a pretend. Psych.
Yeah, I went out this morning planning on only doing my one thing, going to Sam's to get food, and then people start calling me. It's like, hey, can you run me to this place and that place? And oh god, just turned into a whole day of it.
That sucks.
I can't say shit. I'm the fucking ghetto Uber driver.
Yeah, you are.
That's what I was today. And I was just charging people $10 for gas. So I got
I drove down near fucking Orlando. Are you kidding me? Because I had to pick up this one over here, my buddy Roxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started charging them $10 for gas.
Nice.
Well, at least you're not doing free ride. That's the point.
Well, I mean, I was running low on gas anyway because I ran out of gas a few days ago, but this is what I love about manual transmissions. On an automatic, you have to press the brake to shift it. In a manual, you just kick the clutch in and you can coast. And I ran out of gas like 20 feet from my driveway, so I just kicked the clutch in and coasted in.
Mm-hmm.
But that truck only gets like 14 miles to the gallon in the city. It sucks.
That's bad.
Yeah, it really is. It's a 20-year-old truck, though.
Yeah. I was just looking at Ford's website tonight, actually. Beautiful trucks they got now.
Oh, yeah. They're beautiful trucks, but I like the older models because, they're full cabs and all these fancy trucks. It's like, oh, my God, just stick with the classics.
Yeah, my father hated these newer trucks.
And they're girly all the cars now. It's like, oh, there's no rugged, manly looking cars. They're all like pretty and daintier and modernized, and then that's just how it is now.
Well, I mean, the sports cars, for the Ford Mustang, yeah, I can understand the body change because it's a little more aerodynamic and fuel efficient. Because if you go back to like the 90s, early 90s Ford Mustang, yeah, gas mileage was horrible. You bump it up to,
Gas mileage
you know,
is horrible on a fucking Ford Mustang regardless.
But that's the point.
Well, yeah.
You want a fast car, it's not going to have good gas mileage.
No.
Well, yeah,
For me, if I want a fast car, that bitch is going to have a Hemi, and the original chassis is going to be from 1974
yeah, exactly.
or younger.
You know,
Well,
Or older.
You know, I actually found out I actually get better gas mileage in that truck if I put a 20-pound weight, or not a 20-pound, a 200-pound weight in the back.
Nice. Okay, well, goodbye, everybody. I'm going to my parents' house. So it's good streaming with everybody. Have fun.
Yep, good talking to you again.
Good talk
Yeah.
to you.
I'll see you next go around when I come, probably down or at some point again.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll see you probably this September back in DC.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Yep, laters.
Bye.
So, what was I saying? I was looking on Ford's website, and two things. 2020, the Mustang is going to have a double clutch. It's the first time ever, which is interesting. And the other thing is, I'm looking, and I remember back in April, they made this big hullabaloo how they're going to be stopping all cars, Ford, except for the Focus and the Mustang. And I look on their website tonight, and there's the Fusion, there's the Taurus, and there is the Fiesta, but there's no Focus. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I hate the Ford. I hate the Taurus. I hate the fucking Taurus.
So I look, get this, I look on Wikipedia, and Ford had planned on torpedoing those other three models and keeping the Focus. And they had to cancel it because the Focus is made in China. And because of Trump's tariffs, they can't bring it into the country. Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot.
I hate the Taurus because my friend, I forget which year this Taurus was, but I think it was like earlier mid-90s. But this thing, hey, Ferret.
Hey.
Hey, Ferret.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck. I just saw the time. I'll be back. Shit. No, I have certain medical things I have to do at certain times, and I set an alarm, and my alarm just went off at my 20-minute warning. So I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
But this Taurus, we ended up, everything just went wrong with it. I mean, right down to the timing chain. Because this thing didn't have a timing belt. It had a timing chain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. We had to replace that thing 3 different times in a calendar year.
Jeez.
Yeah. The Ford Taurus is a piece of shit. It will drive you nuts after... It's great for the first 5 years, but after that, it will drive you nuts.
Oh, that's any Ford.
No, my F-150, 20 years old. Actually, technically 21 now.
Believe it or not, you can't compare Ford trucks and Ford cars. They're apples and oranges.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, you really.
Fucking Ford Rangers, they'll go for fucking ever.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah, but
Well,
God forbid. Any other Ford, like anyone I know who, like these two guys I know around the corner, they had a Focus station wagon for years. They used to refer to it as the Fuckus. because I said to them, I go, really? They said, well, that's all it ever does. It fucks us. I said, okay, I got you. This thing broke no matter what they did to it. I said, come on. You know, they got a deal because it was a fleet car. They had this in, and they kept getting these fleet cars, so they kept getting these Focuses.
You might get a kick out of this. So the same friend had this Lincoln town car, I think. Yeah, it was a Lincoln town car.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing was so old, it was made in the Nixon administration.
Wow.
Yeah, this thing was a piece of crap, though. I mean, the engine ran great, but the rest of it, nuh-uh. I mean, the windows were power windows. but they didn't work. You had to clamp your hands together and like roll them up and like push them up every every half hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what I have to do in this piece of shit car?
That good, huh?
It's the white car. The rental's back at the house, which is where I'm heading now.
And then at one point, the transmission busted the little wire because it was automatic, the little wire that goes into the transmission that, tells it to go into either drive, reverse, neutral, etc., etc. Well, that busted and it would only go into reverse. And even then, you'd have to pull the lever and push it all the way down. So every time you wanted to go into drive, you'd have to get under this sucker and put it in drive manually. It was hilarious. I mean, this car, it was a great car, but oh my God. The driver's side door, we had to get a fucking drill and actually drill out the rivets just to get the inside door panel off. Or drill out the screws because someone had stripped them. So we had to drill them out. I think we went through 3 different drill bits and 20 or 30 gallons of water.
Shit.
Yeah, because we were drilling these things out and, metal on metal. So one of us was pouring the water over the drill bit. The other one was drilling. And we bent 2 of these drill bits. I mean, we just totally bent 2 of these drill bits. It was hilarious. But we finally got the thing off. It was absolutely hilarious.
I don't even like to think of half of the shit I had to do with cars that I used to own. Oh God, that was just nightmares every time. Just, ugh.
The only nightmare I'm gonna have with that Ford F-150 in my driveway is dropping the fuel tank. That's the only nightmare I'm gonna have with that thing. That and
I think
finding
that's on
out
any car is the nightmare of dropping the fuel tank.
that and finding where the electrical short is in that thing, because there's so much fucking wiring in that truck. Because it still thinks the key is in the thing when I open the door. It's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And I've already run through all the light systems, so I know it's not that. That took me 2 days alone. But it was funny because my neighbor ran over. I was basically almost upside down in that thing. My neighbor's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm tracing wiring.
How's Mama?
Still raving mad.
Show her that picture that I sent you.
Oh, the... Fuck, where are you? There you are. Oh, yeah, that picture.
Yeah.
I'll show her next time she pops by the house to refill.
Has she moved in with the EMT?
Not exactly. She's, let's just say she's getting payback. I will not elaborate any more than that on air.
Oh, I didn't expect you to.
I'll tell you more off air.
I figure.
Although
when
you
I get
all
home,
will.
I'll probably kill the stream because I don't feel the greatest. I started running a fever today.
Ooh, not good.
Well,
And I have a persistent cough.
Yuck.
that sucks.
But I think I caught an STD from the fucking trees. Because, there's tree sex everywhere. It's yellow tree spooge all over the fucking place.
I'll do it to it.
I love how you put that, Tara.
Well, it's true. Think about it. Think about it. That's exactly what fucking pollen is. Is it's tree sex or plant sex. Okay? It's plant sex.
Oh, I know,
And
but I love how you put it.
allergies and hay fever and shit like that from and having to inhale said pollen is technically a fucking STD.
I know, but it's still funny as hell.
It is. Tree sex. An STD from tree sex. That's great. I really like that. That just made my day.
Same here.
And I think I would have been over it sooner if I'd been able to get some fucking rest. And I haven't been able to get any fucking rest. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Because Saturday, we're going to fucking SeaWorld and hopefully we're taking Roxy with us.
You'll have fun.
Again? Damn.
Baby brother, I have a fucking season pass. Come and visit me and bring about $60 and I'll get you in 50% off.
Cool. That is really cool.
I can only do that for 3 people. I'm doing it for Roxy, I'm doing it for Pat, and I'll do it for one other person. But that's per 12-month period. I've already promised my free pass to my aunt.
Well, still, I think it's cool either way.
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm jealous. I wish I had access to the free pass in SeaWorld. It's nice to be able to see those things when not in the boat and they're trying to bite you.
And when they're not trying to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So then
aces with
you'd
me.
actually go into the shark tunnel then.
Yeah, I have no problem with them. It's just when they're in the boat and they're trying to bite at you.
Well, when you're in the water and they're trying to bite at you.
No, specifically like when you're in the boat and they get in the boat and you're trapped on a boat with them and there's other sharks in the water and you don't want to leap in the water anyway because when the shark gets at the boat, it's going to go back in. So, you have to try to get the shark out of the boat. Now, people who are listening to me...
Hit it with the oar and knock it out the boat.
Oh, well, my father would
hit it with the oar.
Yeah. Pichota, just hit it with the oar. Just push it out into the water. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. For anyone listening, obviously I'm not talking about a great white. I'm talking about a shark not exceeding 8 feet.
Like a sand shark or something like that.
Yeah, I say this to people.
Flopping around in there and you trying to smack it with the oar.
Yeah, I say this, immediately people are starting to picture Bruce from, like Jaws. They think that there's like a 35-foot great white, and its head is hanging in the boat and I'm beating it with an oar. My father's sitting there calmly eating a sandwich. I mean, it's cool, but no, it's nothing that awesome. No, it's just a fucking small friggin' dogfish flopping around, biting at your feet.
Flap, flap.
Yeah.
Puchota. Hit it with the oar.
Glad that you like.
I told that to some of my friends in the bar. I told that story. They were like, "Is he insane?" I'm like, "No, he's Sicilian."
It was just he didn't flinch. That's just how the man was. I never saw him like scared of anything. You know, he wasn't like some macho asshole. Like he did not like that macho shit. He used to say, you know, anyone that's like that, he's really just a Mary at heart and he's hiding it.
Yeah.
Like he frowned on like that macho shit. You know what it was? He was a Korean War veteran, and I grew up around a lot of like those people, a lot of like Korea and World War II vets. I mean, when I was really young, there was a few of the like World War One vets that were still around, but you know, he used to go down to the docks, and there would be all these old salts that was sitting there, you know, playing cards. And one of the guys, you know, I remember he was telling me he used to work the furnaces on the USS Texas. You know, you think about it now. That's a ship that was that ship's over 100 years old, and you know, just crazy shit. You talk to these old timers, and like I honestly thought that if I was going to enlist in the Navy, it was going to be like shit like that. I was going to be down in the bowels of the ship, friggin' shoveling coal, and you know, people are going to be hauling shit with chains, and there's going to be levers and all sorts. I didn't realize it was going to be modernized. You know, you're a kid. What do you know?
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, but when I told them, when I
Mm-hmm.
said that, they just about died. No, he's Sicilian. They just about died.
Figured as much. It's one of those things that people they hear that and they're like it's hard to believe unless you know like you're familiar with it and that's just it's a weird thing with those folks how they are. And my father was like that. Yeah, he didn't think anything of it. You know, you got to realize I hate saying this. Part of the reason that you have this upswing with like the nerfing of everything is because you had a lot of like cross they talk about this diversity. That's part of what brought about the diversity is you had different parents from different walks of life. Um, my father was the type of his philosophy was it's good that a young man gets injured doing something. That's how they learn not to get injured.
Yeah, do
That
something stupid.
yeah.
Get
So
hurt doing it, you learn not to do it.
right. Yeah, that doesn't fly in today's Dr. Spock world of parenting. So you know, it's actually, I think what it is a lot of it was when they started moving into around here in the past 20 or 30 years, these liberal douchebags, and they started changing everything. Part of what the reason was that it changed was having interaction with people like myself and like my father, because my father used to scare the fuck out of these people when they first started moving here from like Ohio and Wisconsin and you know, like these different states, and they started moving here for like their jobs. You know, these people, they're like from a different sort of world. They think Cleveland is bad over by them. They've never been to the South Bronx. Seriously. Oh, you want to talk scary? Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Like, Cleveland actually used to be a joke when I was a kid around here. No disrespect to anyone from Cleveland who's listening. I got no problems with anyone in Cleveland. I've never been there myself. I don't know anything about the city other than it's famous for polka music. And I think they got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know? But yeah, you know, it was that's part of the reason that you have the problems we have now in the country is with the cultural clash. You had people moving here and they were getting horrified because they didn't realize, you know, oh my God, why are these people like this? No, it's just how it is here. Fucking dogs. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, guys.
All right, hurry back.
Huh?
Yep. I fucking love that story. It's a great bar story. Everybody's like, seriously?
Did she find out where she's going? Not yet. She'll let me know. All right, I'm back at the house, so I'm about to unmute myself and everything on the computer. I'll be back.
So Vietnam deported someone.
They actually deported someone?
Yeah,
What'd they
Kim
do?
Jong-un impersonator.
Wow.
Here we go. We have sound now.
Actually deported someone.
You deported somebody? What the hell?
No, Vietnam deported someone for being a Kim Jong-un impersonator ahead of the summit. Hello?
I'm listening.
Okay.
That's too funny. I had seen that article. I just didn't get a chance to read it.
I'm looking at a post from 9gag.
Mm-hmm. Again, that strikes me as hilarious.
Oh yeah, it is.
It looks like there's also a Donald Trump impersonator, but I haven't heard anything about him being deported.
That's too funny.
All right, I'm gonna call it because I really don't feel well.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm tired myself. I'm rambling like an idiot trying to keep things going
And
myself.
I'm not
on this
even
end.
doing, shilling. Pretty much everyone knows how to fucking find us.
Yeah, same here. It's the same shit until St. Patty's Day. I got nothing cooking.
All right. So, I'm sorry, everyone, but I don't feel well. I'm running a fever. So, good night.
Good night, all. God bless. Peace and chicken grease and end the war.